Hey, your viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist, and welcome back to So You're Being Hunted. This is episode 404. So, back here, of course, with the Prohibition Challenge on the Centre Island and all that. Man, our federal safe house over here is really filling up with plenty and plenty of, well, impounded moonshine, shall we put it that way. We've got all this sherry down here. What else have we got in here? We've got all the stout that's coming all together. Now, I've got all this friggin' ammo and whatever else have you in my inventory over here, and to be quite honest, I don't know if I really need to be carrying all of this. So I'm probably going to actually just dump the axe for the time being because I've not really been using it. I've got plenty of gun, ammo, bullets, bullet things. English. I don't English good sometimes. But yeah, we're going to just keep going, of course, and get ourselves more and more stuff, which will be great. Right, let me just do a bit of inventory management there. I hear that fucking landowner in the background being an absolute git. I think I will put away some of the revolver ammo though, just because I've got so bloody much of it already on me. I don't think I need to be carrying quite so many bullets on me. Alright, let's get a move on then. Should be careful actually to make sure that my torchlight is not attracting too much attention. Alright, squires are now spawning, which is going to potentially make things fairly interesting. And by interesting I mean probably fairly challenging. Okay, just going to pick a random direction. I think it's time for us to head over to the first of the islands, since we've been on this centre island actually for quite a while now. Longer than I normally would be. So we've got to go, we've got to find the moonshine elsewhere and see how things are getting on. So I hope, of course, you guys out there watching this, hope you're all doing well and hope you're enjoying the challenge as always. Oh, I hear guys by that friggin' device piece over there. Alright, so as we kind of go over to the coast then, you know, I just had a topic of conversation actually in mind, which a bit more of a serious topic actually that I want to talk about, and it relates to, you know, all the football that's been going on at the moment here in the UK and all that, the championships, countries from all over the world coming together with their teams. I'm not actually naming it because, I'll be honest, I don't follow football enough. Is it like UEFA Cup something or other that's going on at the moment? I can't even know. Actually, by the time this video goes out, it'll probably be long over. Whatever it is, right? I don't know football very well, okay? And truth be told, I have been purposefully avoiding a lot of news outlets these last few days because mainly it's all football, and truth be told, I'm not a big football fan. It's not my favourite sport. Oh, bloody hell. Just when I say I'm going to go to another island, I always find another bit of alcohol hidden in one of the buildings that I feel like I've already been through. Only, of course, to discover that I haven't really been through it, and there's actually still moonshine that I've missed and all that. Alright, let's keep moving. Yeah, just keep exploring everything, making absolutely sure. Just double checking, because you never know what I may have forgotten to actually take away or whatever. Alright. Back door? Nah. Okay. But yeah, what was I saying? So, you know, one of the recent matches that has gone on, as of when I record this, was England versus Denmark, and then England versus Italy. And, yeah, let's just say, some real shitty behaviour in the aftermath by certain sections of the England fan base, let's put it like that. Because the thing is, you know, England has always had a bit of a reputation, I have to say, for fans who can sometimes be outright fucking hooligans. You know, like if a football match happens, and regardless of whether their team wins or loses, they always just kick off and cause trouble. And in recent days, these matches with Denmark, with Italy, have been no exception. Some of the England fans, let's say, you know, really representing the side well. That's sarcasm, for anyone who didn't get it. So I was reading, for example, I just said before I wasn't really keeping up to date with news. I mean, I should qualify that. I'd say, you know, not so much keeping up to date with sports news, but, yeah. And so, I was reading an article online about a Danish family who'd been over in the UK, and, you know, they'd seen the match, they've been wearing their Denmark shirts just after they got, their team basically was beaten in the match with England. So, they were on a bus, just minding their own business, not doing anything. And there's this fucking mob of England fans who basically saw them and started acting like an absolute bunch of dicks. Now, bear in mind, this Danish family had a 9-year-old kid with them. And yet, these England fans were behaving in a completely threatening, abusive, and just downright prickish manner. And it just made me cringe. I just think to myself, why? It's a fucking game of football. Why are you behaving like that? But I always, I don't know. Hang on, I'll resume talking once we get to the next island. Jump cut, everybody. Okay, South Island is where we are now. So as I was saying, it just occurs to me that I can't remember who it was. Was it George Orwell, the writer, who once made a comment about how football, or perhaps sport in general, is war, just without the guns, things like that, without the actual fighting. I'm pretty sure it was George Orwell who said that, something along those lines. And, when I think about that, I think there is definitely a section of the kind of English football fan population that seems to act in that way. And it gets me. It just, makes me think, why? I mean, I get it. People get so invested in sport sometimes. They really, they get into it and all that. But I just don't understand, why some people get so into it that they start behaving like pricks. It just mystifies me constantly all the time. Because I remember, actually, when I was in high school, right? One of the games that we always used to do in PE, sport that we always used to play, I should stress actually that the boys always used to play, because the girls would sort of be told to go off and do their own sports like netball and stuff like that. But for the lads, it was always football all the time. Feels like that's all we ever played. That and sometimes basketball. And it wasn't really so much till the latter years of high school that we actually started playing some different sports, which just made things kind of a whole bit more interesting and all that. But I always remember, year 8 and 9 football in PE, and some of my fucking classmates, they just got so into it. It's like they get so pissed off with you if you just made a slight mistake, if you were on their team. And I'm not going to lie, that just always sometimes ruined kind of PE lessons for me. It's like, look, I know you're into it, but it's a fucking game. Just calm down. Don't get so fucking carried away. Seriously, you'd make a tiny mistake and they'd be fucking verbally abusing you. It'd be like, shut up, alright? You're not cool. You're not funny. You're not really doing anything other than to make me think that you're an absolute prick. Alright, we've got a bootlegger over here who has fired at a lawman, so he has to go down. Are you going to shoot at me as well? Oh, it looks like you are, definitely. Come on. There we go. Justification for law enforcement using force of their own there, ladies and gents. 8 rounds. Can it not use up this one with the 1 round first? Gonna watch out for that squire, though. I'm just going to confiscate any rounds that you have on you. I've got so much shotgun ammo, it's great. Now, the problem with this challenge is potentially I'm going to have to be going back and forth to the centre island from these other islands, depending on how full my inventory is, because it is now full. Unless I use up a bit of shotgun ammo, maybe taking the squire out or something. Maybe I'll do that, actually. Which slot did I have shotgun? Number 6, by the looks of it. Yeah, 6. Alright. Let's see if we can... Oh, great, well the landowner's coming over here. That's not what we want now, is it? It be's not what we want now, do it, lads and lasses? But yeah, I'm sure you people out there watching this, you may have had experiences of your own, going back to my topic of conversation, that is, with sports teams getting... Well, not sports teams, but sports fans getting so frigging into their sport to the point where they actually start being douchey. But like I say, I've never been a huge fan of football. For all you Americans in the audience, I'm talking about soccer here, not American football, not that kind of football. American football, ladies and gentlemen, is basically rugby, except the players feel the need to wear protective armour because they're pussies. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I've got another bottle of alcohol here. You know what? I'm going to actually remove that fucking matchbook. I've never bloody used it. Why am I even carrying that anymore? I don't even know. What else can we move here? Maybe I use up. Oh god, I was about to say use up this piece of rifle ammo, but problem is, with the rifle ammo, it always uses the one from the larger stockpile first, which is kind of annoying. So I have to get through this one that I'm mousing over at the moment before I can use the other one, which is bloody strange. Unless, you know what, goad some robots into shooting at me. That's what I've got to do here. There's these guys over here. Oi, you Moonshiners? You fucking troublemakers, huh? I'm trying to make as much noise as I can. Hey, you lot, come on. What are you guys up to, huh? You making trouble? Oh, you're making trouble, alright. Oh, really? I didn't take him out, but never mind. Hey, you. Right, he's down. And you. Oh, look at that fucking tracking. Oh my god, this guy's taking a load of shots. Oh, there's a fair few of these hunters around here. Shit. Take out all these guys. Uh-oh. Oh, one of them actually did kind of shoot his own friend then. Uh-oh, dog. Dog's coming for me. Control your dog or I'll have to put it down. There we go, that got that. Shit. Okay. Hold your horses. Oof. You bastards. Fuck. This is bad. Oh, this is bad. I got cocky. I got very cocky, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this federal agent kind of got killed by the mafia, I guess. So, not much else to say about that one, eh, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, well, you know what, that can be the Prohibition Challenge. Bit fucking crazy in terms of having to constantly go back and forth, I do think. So you know what, we'll just keep the episode going for another few minutes, just so I can keep talking. But obviously in the next episode we'll probably do just a more generic podcast-style episode, or maybe, I don't know, start off with a new challenge. How does that sound to you? I don't know why I'm whispering. Okay, yeah. Fuck, I've actually completely lost my train of thought in terms of what I was actually talking about before I friggin' balls that up completely. I was talking. Was I asking people about? I was mentioning about American football and all that, wasn't I? I was making a joke about that. But yeah, I've never been a big fan of football. Big fan of football, I have to say. I say though, you know, I mentioned obviously my my high school PE lessons a moment ago, and I mentioned basketball was one that we did do. We didn't do it anywhere near as frequently as football. But I do kind of remember basketball lessons being kind of okay. I did kind of enjoy them. They were alright. Probably because it was different. That's why. Probably because I actually freaking, you know, it was something that broke up the monotony of football every so often. But other sports did we actually do in high school PE? We did do athletics from time to time because we had a 400-metre running track at my school. And that actually gives me an interesting memory. I remember when I was like year 7, so first year of high school, and I was like 11 years old. One of the first things they did with us when they took us onto that running track for the first time was they made us do an 800-metre run. And the thing is, 800 metres is, you know, that's not even a mile. That's not even half a mile, I don't think. But when we kind of did that, us kids, in high school, for the first time, I think many of us realised for the first time just how physically unfit and unhealthy we actually were. Yeah. I mean, I kind of had a bit of an excuse because I did have asthma, which could play up sometimes under prolonged physical activity. And so, yeah, you know, I remember because the thing is, when I was in primary school and we used to do sports days, I always remember I was not a bad runner. I was, you know, probably one of the fastest runners in my class in primary school. And so I could put on a good burst of speed when I needed to. So I could, like I say, I could have like a burst of energy and power like that, but my problem was that endurance was the issue. And so I remember doing the 800 metres in my sort of first year of high school, and for the first sort of 400 metres or so, generally I was fine, but then once I got beyond the halfway mark, that's when I started to flag. But yeah, but having said that, as now as an adult who, let's be honest, my job, is not exactly very physically active, let's put it that way. If I went back to that running track now, I'd probably struggle even more with it, just saying. Yes, I will willingly admit that I'm probably not in the best of physical shapes, but that's fine, got to get myself exercising every so often, just to keep myself in the game and all that. But, something else I do remember about that running track, though, at the high school where I went was, it wasn't like a proper flat running track. It was on a field, and they just sort of, like, cut bits of the grass away to actually mark out the track itself. So the problem was, it wasn't level. It was just sort of very uneven, which probably actually made it harder than it needed to be. Probably made it more challenging. So it's like you're running along, and because that's the thing, a good running track needs to be fairly flat. It needs to be level. Because otherwise, like, if you have a really uneven track with, like, terrain where it's sort of it suddenly elevates by a few inches and then goes down again, it's just really uneven. It's not good on your kind of feet. It's not good for your gait, so to speak. It makes things challenging, and I think that can be a bit troublesome. But of course, that was the case with my high school's old running track. The problem was not just that, but it's like, because it was on a field, you were also bloody worried about stepping into rabbit holes by accident and accidentally tripping yourself up. It was a bit ridiculous, really. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yes. But having said that, my high school, it had a lot of, like, big fields around it, which was quite something. It's funny, because they had all that space. They had all those fields, and you had so many areas that were out of bounds that even at break time you weren't allowed to go into. You were only ever allowed to go into them, for example, during PE lessons, when the teacher took you out there to, I don't know, like, play a round of football or whatever. And that was it. And yet, they had all that space. They even had a pond with, like, a little jetty going out into it, and you weren't allowed onto that either, which was stupid, because it was actually quite picturesque. So I was like, well, what the fuck? Good lord. Alright, you know what? I think that's enough for this episode. This is episode 404 of Sir You Being Hunted, ladies and gentlemen, with me, a General Red Strategist. I kind of had a rambling conversation, or discussion, or just, well, basically just a long rambling monologue about sports, football, high school, and all that. Went in all kinds of directions. There was no real rhyme or reason to it, was there? So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, ladies and gentlemen, for what it was worth. Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. In the next episode, like I said earlier, we'll either go on to a new challenge, or we'll maybe just do a podcast-style episode, as I am wont to do. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, this is what I wanted to get to. Okay. Welcome to Castleton, please drive carefully. Holy shit, what's up over there? Is that fucking... Oh, I reckon I know what that is. That's probably an alien capsule. I mean, surprising how little damage is done to the surrounding area. It's just come down in the street. There's another one over on that side. What do we got? Hope Valley, the Hilltop Free House. We've got a little telephone booth over here. Oh man, you see, this just makes me want to scratch that exploration itch. Visitor information. Welcome to Castleton. I mean, carry leave, that's too small. See, they've got the police diversion signs. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.